Hey, how you doing? Figure I'd shoot another video. This one is, a popular question I get from a lot of friends. I do got some friends in poker. Not many. It's a, game that takes out a lot of people very quickly. Uh, you know. The thing is, I get asked, why haven't I made $1 million in poker or made a lot of money? Me personally, have not made $1 million in poker, maybe over my lifetime. It's tough to say. I've had a lot of success and some failure in poker, and I'm trying to get this adjusted a little better. But the thing I want to address is from a strategy, from a personal standpoint, from just an overall perspective of why have you not made a huge score in poker. Number one is longevity. I can appreciate this. I've played for about 23 years, and longevity has a lot to do with it. People do not understand statistical advantage. I would say overall, it's staggering the amount of time you can go as a winning player and lose, or as a losing player and in fact win. I mean, the best example of that is like Chris Moneymaker. He may have not been obviously not the most winningest player at that point, especially just coming out and winning the World Series of Poker. And, I know of many players that are maybe winning, but, struggle from a lot of different vices, and that certainly disrupts their game. Me personally, there's many reasons why, maybe I didn't reach my full poker potential. One, another one, like I was saying, like personal, being married, having kids, stuff like that makes the lifestyle of being a professional poker gambler or whatnot very difficult. Relationship ups and downs. I was married for a long time, so this definitely makes for a difficult journey in the gambling profession. But, personal relationships are by far, can be very positive and also very negative. So, that being said, that's clearly one. Another reason why is, got some friends that are small and maybe medium stakes players, and, maybe not going as far as they could. You're not going to win $1 million maybe over a lifetime playing like 1, 2, 2, 3. I mean, these are really not great examples of poker games. The other is, in general, a good example of this would be like, penny slots. I mean, you're never going to hit a huge jackpot on penny slots just because the denomination you play, and the time and longevity that you're playing the machine. So let's say if you play dollars, typical dollar score for a machine would be somewhere like in the 5,000 to maybe 7,500, 10,000 range. So that being said, you couldn't really reach that unless you hit something like a what is that game called, megabucks. Like you could play quarter megabucks, but that's again real similar to what lottery tickets are and stuff like that. So that being said, you have to be in the game for a significant period of time. I would say most people, are just, not able to reach that, time frame to give themselves the best chance to, win that type of money. So that being said, I'll talk a little bit about my experience. One of the things, I think the third most important way that you're going to win money is to advance when you're running hot. This is a very popular concept in, poker. The people that do it, it gives quite a bit of freedom because, you can spin up a large amount of money basically playing games and putting yourself in situations like tournaments. For example, you play a tournament, you may have in your possession like 1 million chips. So that represents the levels are going up, stuff like that. So, it basically says you can accumulate a lot of money playing poker if you're willing to move up in bigger games and play bigger games. One good example of this is, I used to play 20-40, 10-20, 15-30 limit games, and I would have a good night, say I'd win a couple grand or get up a couple racks, and I'd go hunt the 30-60, 40-80 game. Maybe I play that game, the game breaks, go jump over into a 50-100 stud game. If you think about it, say you're playing 25-50 no limit, right? You buy in for 10 grand. That could be a pretty small buy-in for a game like that, depending on how the game's playing. But, I think that in my mind, I'd be looking for something like 300, 600. With a $10,000 rack of chips, you can literally play like 3-6 hold'em, but you're playing 300, 600, and it's very simple to win $30,000 or $40,000 in a game like that. So, that being said, I think a lot of it has to do with your your tolerance for risk. I will say one of the things that maybe have kept me back from winning very big scores is, it's very painful, especially if you're not used to losing that amount of money. It can be very painful to lose a lot of money, especially when you're like, what the fuck was I doing? Again, kind of circling back to my other point, partners. If my wife came to me and goes, hey, honey, we're going to go gamble some money, and it's going to be okay. And first time she lose, a lot of money, I would be like, hey, honey, sit down. We're going to have a talk. So, when your wife, you lose a lot of money, your wife can get on you. Family members say you're not doing so great. Poker players as a whole have a reputation for being, broke. So it is a situation where a lot of this is going to come into play over your career, especially if you plan to win a lot of money. You have to take into account losing some good amount of money and being able to take it and be able to also deal with the peer pressure and pressure around the house, so to speak. So I hope this video helped you get some understanding if you're out there trying to make a big score. I think it will take some huge dedication. If you look around at the people that have done it, few have got lucky. If you buy a lottery ticket, so to speak, you can get lucky, win a big tournament, and that is wonderful. But then you are faced with another issue. In poker, I have seen people win large amount of money and literally be broke that night. So be prepared. That money is in play, and it can put yourself in a situation where you could be faced with difficult decisions. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and have a good day.